my dream, I was in this place. It was kind of like a stage area or like a big warehouse or some kind of... It wasn't a warehouse, it was like a room in... It was a big open room, and it was well lit, but it wasn't bright because I couldn't see the ceiling or anything. And I was there with another person, and we had a group of people, like, I don't know, about 10 or 12 people who were there, and we were doing... we were kind of taking them through this kind of like performance thing or this experience, and he was leading them through this thing, and he was like making these different things happen, and they were kind of... He was kind of leading them through it, and like there was this one thing where there was like almost like these big bubbles, like, you know, like soap bubbles that were on the ceiling that were making these weird shapes, and he was walking them through it. And as he was walking them through it, I had this thing that it wasn't fabric or paper or something, that I was kind of spinning like a kite, almost like if you take something and you're spinning it really fast and it's catching wind and it's horizontal, and I was almost like a saw blade made out of paper that I was able to kind of spin and keep afloat, and I was spinning it around them, so it was kind of close to them. And then in another sense, I was kind of doing it almost like if it was like if you took a big whip and you were, spinning it around, or a flail and you were spinning it around so that it was getting close to them. It wasn't hitting them, but like the wind was going by them, and it was kind of exhilarating for them because there was almost the thing like they were going to get hit by it. And we were making this experience for them. And we did it, and it was like we had something... we finished it, and then they all left, and we were talking about it, and we're like, oh my God, this is like really great. And, I think what you're charging for them and everything, like, this is really good. Like, they're getting exhilarated by it, and it's pretty exciting. And then... and then that ended, and then I'm kind of outside, and a guy who looks like George Michael is outside, and he's telling me a story about some experience that he's having, and it's daylight, we're outside, and he looks okay, except that he looks a little dry, like around his lips are a little cracked, and it's almost like he's kind of sick. And he's relating this experience to me, and then another person comes down, because we're kind of like outside of this building, and another person comes down, and it's a guy who looks like Ralph Macchio or somebody. And George is like, hey, did you do da-da-da-da-da? And he's like, oh, man. George wanted something from him, and he's like, and it was apparently something that he didn't have right with him, and he's like, I gotta go upstairs now, and I gotta go do that. You're gonna make me do that. And so he goes upstairs, and then me and George kind of go up towards the door, and then the dream ends.